Shrewd Manager Christianity's Position. 4 bloodstain areas are best explained by a cloth draped over a bloody corpse. There are many examples where the bloodstains precisely overlay the image. The wrist stain marks de Stow's space. The foot stain marks the second metatarsal. And the side wound stain marks the 5th intercostal. This is exactly what we should see if the shroud wrapped a bloody corpse. However, in several places the stains are out of sync with the image, and don't mark any particular anatomy. Sometimes stains appear where there is no image at all. In this video we ask if this mismatch makes the shroud look fake. The first 2 examples are easy to explain. The stains alongside the waist and right foot are what we'd expect if we laid a dead man with rigor mortis and gaping wounds onto a flat cloth. The blood oozed out from the wounds. Let me draw your attention to this portion of the stain off the right foot on the dorsal. Some contend it is from the same clot as the slightly smaller stain off the right foot on the frontal. The size, location, and rough shape fit, so this contention could well be true. If true, it points to the physical reality that the top of the cloth folded over and touched the bottom, and the stain is clotted blood. The many stains on and around the head require a little more discussion. Dr. Sebastiano Rodante reports that this forehead stain comes from the veins, and this from the arteries. He notes the slow and continuous blood from the veins compared with the arterial pulsation. He also highlights the anatomical location of punctures. This is more evidence, then, that the shroud looks real. This next head stain is unusual. It's on a blank area inside the image. Barry Schwartz, photographer and founder of the great website Shroud.com, did a simple density correction to demonstrate that the side of the face is faint but visible. He used the magnetic lasso tool in Photoshop to select the area and applied a plus 20-point brightness correction. No other processing was done. You can see the results. And these stains appear to float around the head. Dr. Gilbert Lavoie ran a simple experiment. He traced the marks on fabric, cut them out, and placed the fabric on a volunteer. Then he painted in the holes. As you see, they are misplaced on a 2-dimensional face, but align perfectly on a 3-dimensional head. The final example is fascinating. See this mark off the man's right elbow. From observation and experiment, Lavoie concluded that this off-image stain is from the pierced wrist, showing that the clotted blood on the arm follows a definite pattern and continues without interruption right off the image, ending in a rounded clot. This shows that the man covered by the shroud died in the vertical position of crucifixion, and gives graphic information demonstrating that this cloth had intimate contact with the front and side of a 3-dimensional figure, as if it were draped over a body. What are we to make of all this? Think of the stains in 2 groups. Group A stains, which include the center of the forehead, the wrist, foot, and chest, all precisely fit the anatomy of the image. They argue that the shroud is real. These other stains fit into Group B. Though small, they tell us a lot about how the cloth, image, and stains are related. Notice a difference between Groups A and B? Group A stains run along the center or medial of the image. Group B stains are on the outside or lateral edges of the image. Since hair doesn't bleed, the Group B stains in the hair are out of alignment with the image. Here's the misalignment on photos. Blue marks are where the stains appear on the cloth. Gold marks where they appear on the man's head. The difference between blue and gold is the misalignment. Consider these simplified figures of a cloth draped on a body. A straightforward explanation is that the cloth wrapped over and under a 3D body, and the stains and image were formed while on the same body at about the same time, but through different mechanisms. That would explain everything, wouldn't it? The top plane is Group A, where the stains and anatomy match just as if the shroud wrapped a 3D body. This idea is supported by the pooling around the waist and feet, gravity acting on a bloody corpse. Group B, like the rest of the cloth, has contact stains, but this is also where the image disappears. Intriguingly, the image appears to be projected or radiated straight off the body, while both the top and bottom of the cloth were stretched flat. This is very different from the stains that transferred from a body through contact with a draping cloth. Other evidence reinforces our position. First, medical experts we've seen call the marks contact stains. Second, if the image formed by contact with a 3D head, like the stains did, wouldn't the face be stretched wide and distorted like this? It's not, though. And third, if everything formed by contact, how come there's no image under the elbow stain? It didn't flow off the body like the side stains. These logically collect on the bottom of the cloth, but the elbow stain is on the top. Shrewd Manager Christianity's position. The shroud looks like it wrapped a bloody, crucified corpse, with contact blood stains, and an image of the corpse formed separately through some cryptic process. Next, we put the blood under a microscope.